So some people say that marathon training is all about consistency. This week I've learned that it can be about capacity. I hope I've made some good decisions this week that will stand me in a good place in 4 weeks' time at the Valencia Marathon. Yes, that's right, folks. 4 weeks until Valencia. Welcome to PKSRUNS. Well, welcome back, everybody. This is PKSRUNS. My name is Paul. I'm a 2:45 marathoner, and I am just trying to share my training updates from my marathon training. I'm training for the Valencia Marathon, which is now just 4 weeks away. I've just finished week 8. I am a full-time worker. I'm a dad to 3 teenage girls. I'm a husband. I've got a dog. I've got an incredibly busy life, and this week has all been about my whole life coming together and trying to fit everything in. Guys, if you want to hear how the story started, do check out some of my older videos. I've been posting now for a couple of years since I decided to do my first marathon, which was Manchester 2.5 years ago, and I've been blogging the journey ever since. If you like these videos, please do like and subscribe, hit the bell button, leave me a comment down below. I do genuinely love hearing from you. Join me every Monday night here on the YouTube channel for Monday Night Live. There are a few of these episodes in the backlog which you can catch up on. You can also join me on Instagram and on Strava if you want to dig into some of the data and see exactly how I'm performing in my training runs. Let's just jump straight into my training log for this week. The plan at the start of this week was to run somewhere around 145 kilometers. Typically, I go to the gym on a Monday morning, on a Friday morning. On a Wednesday morning, I take a complete rest day and I do workouts on a Tuesday and a Thursday. This week has been a real test of my capacity, what I can do, and I've had to let things go. And the thing I've had to let go, in honesty, has been the running. I've got the week up here, so let's just have a little look. I got to the gym on Monday. I did my regular Monday morning run. Tuesday morning, I was going to do my workout, but I woke up on Tuesday morning and just felt really tired. I don't know whether that was because I did a really tiring session on the Saturday last week. I did that big hill run and my body was maybe just dealing with some of that. I was then going to get out and do that run later in the afternoon, and work just got in the way all day. Like, I thought there was going to be windows and there weren't windows. Everything kind of conspired against me, so I never did get out on Tuesday. So I pushed my big workout into Wednesday, knowing that on the Thursday morning I might be able to get out and do an easy run. I was then going to do an easy run on Friday and then do a pretty big long run yesterday and a recovery run today. As you can see, I have managed a Monday run, a Wednesday run, a Thursday run, and a Saturday run. That is all I've done, and there isn't gonna be a Sunday run. Well, Monday morning we did 17 kilometers. That was great, easy, nothing to report. Tuesday, as I said, I felt pretty tired, so I didn't get out for that run. I just felt like, okay, I know the rest of this week is going to be busy, so let me just take the rest day that I would normally have on a Wednesday and take that on the Tuesday. Wednesday, I got out for a big session. I decided that I would do 30 blocks of 400 meters. So the way that worked was 400 meters with 1 minute rest. Then once I'd done 10 of those, I would then do a 2K float around about sub 3 marathon pace. Once I had done that 2 kilometers, I would go back into the 10 by 400s, and we'll go in and have a little look at the laps there. I'm not going to read out every single lap, but this here is the column that we want to be looking at. The average pace, I was aiming for between 320 and 330. You can see here, yeah, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. Starting to get a little bit slower, 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 slower. Worth mentioning, towards the end, I think it was rep 9 or rep 10, I really felt this twinge at the top of my hamstring, which slightly freaked me out. I'm not going to lie. I had this sort of, oh no, is this going to be an injury? Obviously got to the end of that block, so you can see that last 2 were quite a bit slower, still faster than marathon pace. Marathon pace I'm aiming for is 3:47 per kilometre, but I got through those, and just I think a couple of kilometres of like steady state running. First kilometre 4:14, second kilometre 4:22, got me back in an okay place. We then went through another 10, missed it, got it, missed it, got it, missed it, missed it, missed it. Got it? Yeah, so bit of a mixed bag there. Key couple of things to be looking at again here is the heart rate. It's not crazy high actually. That's an average heart rate, so we'll have to have a look at the Garmin data for the max heart rate. Then we did another 2 kilometers, which are 4:14, 4:26. Third block of 400 meters. I'm really tired at this point, I'll be honest. 3:45, 3:35, 3:30. So that is a miss, 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 miss. I don't know. I mean, what do you take from that? Struggling. So that's effectively 12k in total at faster than marathon pace. It was a long session, as you would have seen back in the overview. 2:38 average pace, 4:56 in total. You can see these workout blocks. Average heart rate 145. I think all in all, I think this was a positive session. It was a hard session, tough one to do midweek, particularly when I'd felt pretty lethargic on the Tuesday. I feel pretty pleased that I got out and gave this one a good go. Let's just have a quick look at the best efforts because they're always interesting. Fastest 400 meters was at 3:25 per kilometer. Fastest kilometer in total 3:54. Half marathon 1 hour 37. Fastest 5k 22 minutes. There's nothing really to say about this other than I think it was a good workout. It was tiring. I didn't feel dead at the end. I got 32 kilometers. So that was a long run and a workout all in one. We'll just dip into Garmin Connect just to see if there's any data in here that is more useful to us. You can see actually with the Garmin, I get a ton of great detail like stride length, cadence. This is all really interesting data, vertical oscillation. You can see here, this is all over the place depending on my slow running and fast running. But what I really want to see is the actual intervals, because you can see the max heart rate. So let's just see, we peak at 169 here. Do we ever go over 169? No, it doesn't look like it. If I was going to be really brutally honest about these second few sets, you can see I'm just not working harder. I am struggling for energy in these, not pushing myself. But that's okay. When you're out there running on your own, it is really hard to push yourself. You've got to be really self-disciplined. And I do struggle a bit with that, if I'm completely honest. You can see where I've had the walking breaks. Those are the little rest breaks there. So that was Wednesday morning. I then drove up to London on Wednesday evening, had a late night because I was staying with my sister, and it was great to catch up with her and her husband. And then up early on the Thursday morning to get out and do a run with Matt. The idea was that we were going to do an 8-kilometer run. I was going to drop him back at the house, and then I was going to go on and do an extra 10 so that I'd got my sort of 17, 18 kilometers. As it happens, I slept dreadfully. I was awake from 4, like completely awake. I had been dozing from about 2:30, and it's so hard to train when you're tired. We got in from the 8 kilometers and objectivity got the better of me in the thought that I'm going off to play golf, I'm going to spend a long time on my feet, and I do not need to do these extra miles because I'm going to be tired. As it happens, I was then on my feet from 10 a.m. We hit the practice ground. 10 past 11, we teed off, and we came in at about 5 p.m. Absolutely exhausted. We were playing the Grove in Watford, which is a long course. Actually played really well, scored 34 points. There's a new trophy up there on the wall because my team got the best combined score. I got second in the long drive competition and fifth overall. Had a great day. Driving was absolutely exceptional, but a lot of time on the feet, was absolutely exhausted. Then dinner, presentation, awards. Didn't get home until about 10:30 p.m. Bearing in mind I'd been on my feet all day. I had been awake since 4. I had to get up at 5 a.m. to then take Gracie up to Beaconsfield. She is going to do a gap year over the winter in Maribel as a missionary, actually, serving a Christian mission organisation. She was going for first aid training specifically for people that work in the mountains, which was incredible for her, but it meant that I was up super early driving again. By the time I got home at about 1, maybe 2 p.m. and then worked for the rest of the day, I was absolutely beside myself with tiredness, beyond tired. I decided in the morning that I'd get out and do an easy run in the evening. By the evening, I just said, no way, not doing it. I'll save myself. I'll be strategic. I will save myself for my long run on Saturday. I had planned that I was going to get out again with Kaylee. I was going to do the workout that her coach had prescribed her for Saturday morning, and then that was going to be about 16k, and then I would do 2 hard 5k blocks at marathon pace, 3:47, and that would be the long run. The plan was to do 3 times 1 minute, 3 times 2 minutes, and then 3 times 3 minutes. And let's just say right from the outset, I was absolutely goosed, struggling. I mean, honestly, so this isn't me flexing, but ordinarily when I get out with Kaylee, I feel super comfortable running at her paces. And I ran at her paces this week. I just couldn't even get them. I really, really struggled. Let's just have a look at the summary data first, actually, just to kind of get an idea of the general workout. 1747 kilometers, average pace 4:41. Let's go down to the average heart rate, 145. Let's have a look at the laps and see how we got on. We did 3 lots of strides, 323, 328, 339, heart rate okay. Then we did 1 minute at 341, 1 minute at 342, 1 minute at 338, 2 minutes at 355, 2 minutes at 352, 2 minutes at 344, then 3 minutes at 354, 3 minutes at 351, 3 minutes at 352. And I'll go across to the Garmin just to have a little look at some of the data for that one. I've just zoomed right out on the map, that doesn't really matter. I just could not catch my breath at all. I don't know, you can see here that the heart rate is never out of control. Like, I'm never struggling. I just couldn't. I was just exhausted. That's the reality. I was absolutely exhausted. I couldn't get myself into gear at all. And this is where it comes down to capacity. I had a busy training week last week. I had a busy work week this week, a lot of mental load, actually pretty stressful at the moment, and evidently I was completely drained, completely empty. And so I came in at 17 kilometers, just decided, you know what, I'm not going to slog this. I need to be fresh for week 9. I feel like that was a good decision. I even said to Kaylee, I was like, oh yeah, I'll come back and I'll do an easy run tonight, yesterday night, and then I'll do an easy run today. And in the end, I just felt like I napped yesterday afternoon. I got a full 11 and a half hours sleep last night. But I think at this point, I think I just have to trust the work that's been done to date and park that and get back into it again tomorrow for 2 big peak weeks. I think, looking at the paces here, nothing exciting to write home about. Slightly faster 5K than Wednesday's workout. I think you have these good weeks and these bad weeks. I think the danger with everything that I see and consume on YouTube and on Instagram from running influencers who do this full time, who maybe have sponsors, who their only commitments is to make videos, makes it look like marathon training is easy. You've just got to show up. And the reality is this week I've needed to show up for my family. I've obviously need to show up for work, and the marathon running has had to take second place. This is not my job. This is not what I do. I know I record these videos. I do that because I want to, because I enjoy making the videos. I enjoy the content. In honesty, I would love to do this as my job. This would be amazing to do this as a job. I haven't quite figured out how that would work yet. If I do, I'll let you know. But at the end of the day, I've got to maintain the focus. If I go into week 9 feeling absolutely exhausted, that is not going to do me well at all. The focus for these next few weeks is about marathon specificity and getting that 3:47 pace locked in. So rather than do interval sessions, it's going to be more about longer blocks within my runs at 3:47, practicing that pace, seeing what I'm capable of, eating well, resting well, recovering well. And as I've said before, for those of you who are new, you won't know this, I'm not following a training plan. I'm just doing this all off the hoof. I'm using ideas, I'm using workouts that I've seen other people post, or I'm doing workouts that I've read about or I've seen in Ben Park's training plans. I'm pulling all of this together with past experience to just have a go. So I think that's it. I think that's all I'm going to say. We are 4 weeks out from Valencia. I feel good. I think I'm definitely making progress. This week is a blip. This week the tiredness has got in the way. Today there will 100% be a nap. I will get to bed early tonight so that I've had another really, really solid night's sleep before I start again tomorrow. It'll be easy run tomorrow, workout on Tuesday, workout on Thursday, easy day on Friday, long run on Saturday. I would really love to get that 145 kilometers again. We will see how we get on. Please do join me on Monday night at 7:30 for Monday Night Live. It's been really good fun the last couple of weeks, so do join me and like and subscribe. Find me over on Strava and on Instagram. If you've ever got any questions that you want to ask, that you want me to cover in any videos, please do let me know and I will cover them. One of the things I want to talk about is strength training, because that's something that has changed in this training block. So I think I'm going to do a video specifically around that. And guys, thank you so much. I will see you next week or on Monday night. Have a great week.